Hi everybody. I'm back with another journal to share. Well, actually, it is a glue book. I seen all those beautiful glue books that Gail was making and wanted to try my hand at it. And I thought it would be quick and easy. And let me tell you what, I had so many issues with this. Like everything that could go wrong went wrong. So I will point that out as I go. This is my first time using the hitch post fastener, and I use this pretty like purple elastic. It's got this really pretty trim. I left the bottoms dangly that I got from Danny. Thank you so much, Danny. I thought the colors went really well. It's got silver book corners. It's got this trim that I had cut off, this pretty purple fabric. And then on the spine, it has different colored sequins and bows. And I had planned on just putting the purple fabric, but for some reason the Mod Podge was not sticking and the fabric tack was showing through, and I put the fabric tack thicker right here at the end of the fabric so it wouldn't peel up, and so I had to cover that. So I covered it with this pretty trim. And also, when I went to sew it in, the pages, I always do a long stitch with a link stitch variation on my bigger journals. And for some reason, the top and bottom rows were lining up at the edge of the paper. So there was no way for me to use them. Hi! And so I had a row of holes here and here, so I covered them with bows so that you wouldn't see them. Put these sequins on the spine. So like I said, I thought it was going to be a quick glue book, and I swear just everything kept going wrong with it. On the inside, to cover where the fabric tech showed through, I put this thicker muslin. So it's got 2 layers of fabric on the inside spine, and then like that on the outside. And I hope this is considered a glue book. Like I said, I've never done a glue book, so nothing has really been like coffee dyed or decorated or anything. It's just a Mod Podge of different papers. I guess it could also be a smash book or a blank junk journal. I don't know, but I seen Gail doing these glue books and I wanted to try. So I got this book page that has this green writing, so I thought that would be fun. And then this red scrapbook paper that I thought went well with the pretty teal. A really old vintage floral book page. This is also from a vintage book page, and on the it's got this pretty house and tree, kind of reminds me of fall. Thought it went well with the red. And then it's got like a gardening landscape, some graph paper. This is some oh, thanks, Elizabeth. It's got some vintage Charlie Brown paper in it. And then this jean scrapbook paper, because this kind of had like the jean green on it. And then it's got a window envelope, so you can tuck something in there. And I left this open because I thought, since it's a glue book, you could glue it, tape it, or use it as a pocket, or whatever you wanted to do. A vintage sewing book page. Yes, I am going to be selling it. A pink piece of lined paper. And then I added some double-sided scrapbook paper also because it's nice and sturdy for gluing. And then this page right here, for some reason, my printer printed it out 3 times. So I had some extras, and I thought, why not? Since this is all random papers. You do? Okay. Well, that'll save me on all the listing info then. This is a page from my Sudoku book. This page is from... Thank you. I tried to do a little bit of everything. This one is from like an ancient, like not Egypt, but like ancient lands type of book. But I kind of liked the image on it. And this is a vintage music paper with this grasshopper, and he's got like a little cane and top hat, which I thought was cute. And then it does have a piece of coffee dyed paper. This is from a little golden book. And it did cut some of the poem off, but I wanted to add some children illustration. And you get the whole one here. And I thought these kind of look like the cut off of a coloring book page so you can color that, and it's nice and thick. And then here is a vintage botanical. You'll hear me say vintage botanical pages, but they're all from different botanical books. There's another one with these pretty, I believe those are tulips. And then this has some edge punching, and this is on cardstock paper, so it's thicker also. And there's another one of those pretty coloring book pages that you can color. And then this is from my Sudoku coloring book, so you can do the puzzle and then you can also color it, or you can glue over it. And then each of the signatures had to be sewn in separately because I didn't have that link stitch to hook it onto. So on all three you will have this in the middle, and I can cut these off if you want. Memory book. Well, awesome. I'm glad you like it. That is awesome. Besides, you can color. My phone is sideways on the stand, so that's why it takes me a minute, because I kind of have to like try to read it upside down. And then there's the flip side of that coloring book page and that punched page. And there's the floral. It looks like a magazine, but it was actually from a garden housekeeping book. Some pretty flowers. And then here's another vintage book page. The other side of that cut off. The other side of the children's. Hold on, sorry. Buddy, give me just a minute, okay? Hold on, I'm recording, okay? Here's the other side of that little golden book. I think it's like children's poems, I think is the name of it. Coffee dyed paper. There's that music paper. The other side of that ancient civilization book, Sudoku. I can never say that right. I don't know if I'm saying that right. There's the other side of that digital and the double-sided cardstock paper, the lined pink paper, and that sewing pattern page. And then there's the other side of the envelope. And again, this part is open so you can tuck or tape or glue. And then there's the Jean, and there is the Charlie Brown paper, and there he is. I actually got this from Selena at More Fabrics. It came in one of her kits. Some graph paper, and then there's that like garden, like how you would do your garden plan. And then there's the vintage book page. I really like this book because everything is in cream and greens. It's really pretty. And then that is the end of the first signature. And then the second one, it starts with this vintage book page. And then this is actually a really old Bible word search. So you could actually do it if you wanted, if you just wrote down the words and then looked for it on the other side. Some yellow lined paper, some tracing paper, and then this looked really like artsy to me, so I thought it would go well on it. Charlie Brown. Yeah, I remember Charlie Brown when I was little. I read a lot of Charlie Brown as a kid. And then there is the other side of the sewing paper and an envelope, so you can tuck something in there, or you can, you know, glue, tape, whatever. And this is a biographical dictionary page. And this page, I had meant, this is from TLC Creates Vintage, and I meant to print it on the cardstock paper, and I printed it on normal paper. So I had it laying around, so I thought it'd be perfect for this. And then here's another page from that ancient civilization, can't talk book. And then here's a little strip that looks like leather. Another piece of coffee dyed paper. Here is the back of the Sudoku books.